Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for supports if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye. All right, all right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. All right, so let me give you my top price for Theta Network for the year 2024. All right, so and maybe I should give T Fuel as well. Maybe I should do Theta T Fuel. We already know what T Drop. T Drop. I'm predicting $1 T Drop in 2025. So I don't need to do that one. So T Drop $1 in 2025. And at T Fuel, I don't even know what my top price on T Fuel is. I'm guessing. I'm guessing T Fuel can get to a I don't even know, maybe $1, maybe 80 cents or something like that. So maybe T Fuel. We'll look at T Fuel in a little bit, but let's talk about Theta. And I made the comparison between Theta and Solana, and it's like, why is Solana getting the go ahead to pump, but Theta isn't? What's going on with it? What is the difference between these two communities? I think the number one reason why Solana's been pumping way more than Theta is because Solana has a community that is more enthusiastic, and they are also have done a lot of advertising on social media, and Theta has not done any advertising on social media, even though they have Google, even though their partners are Samsung, Google, and Sony. Has been no advertisements for Theta on YouTube videos. You haven't seen any Theta. You've seen Solana videos about the Solana blockchain. You've seen all that stuff. You haven't seen anything from Theta on YouTube. YouTube ads are really cheap, but they're really effective though. I mean, from crypto.com to Solana to XRP to all the other, like using YouTube to to bring people into your community is really effective, and it's not that expensive. So, and then to have Google as your partner so that you can just ask them to run free ads for you. Hey, can you run a 30-day free ad on Theta for us? I mean, they didn't even think about doing that. You know what I mean? So it's just really weird that Theta has no advertisements out there, and yet they have literally they're similar to Solana, right? They have their own blockchain. They both have their own blockchain. They both have tokens on the blockchain, right? But they don't. Solana has a lot of meme coins like Boink and Myra now, right? And so, um, and Theta, I don't know. I can't name one Theta, one token on Theta that's even famous or has anything going for it. You know what I mean? So, except for T Fuel and T Drop. You know what I mean? That's from the Theta family. When I'm talking about the meme coins on their chain, I have no clue what those are. Right. So it's like advertising. That's the big difference between Theta and Solana is advertising. If you look at the coin supply, Theta has 1 billion tokens in circulation, which we know is not true, but they have 1 billion tokens in circulation. Solana has almost 500,000 tokens in circulation. So, and so Solana has a 500,000 supply and Theta has 1 billion supply. So you only double Solana, but yet your price is at $1 and Solana is at almost $100. That doesn't make sense, right? You would think got its own blockchain like Solana, got tokens on this blockchain, got 1 billion in circulating supply. Solana has almost a 500,000 or 500,000,000, right? Has a 500 million, right? Or 450 million, somewhere around there, right? And you'll say, okay, well then if Solana's at $100 or $98, $93, well Theta has to be at $50. If you said $1, you probably be like, wait, that's way undervalued, right? And so this is the power of advertising. When nobody knows you, you don't have the value that you're supposed to have. This is why the governments and the elites want to censor people so bad, because they understand that if they censor you, you don't have the power that you're supposed to have, right? So your power comes when you speak and you are able to reach people, right? And they don't want you to reach people. So that's the difference between Theta and Solana. One blockchain is reaching billions of people with advertisements and things like that, and so it's doing really well. And this other chain is not reaching people. It's doing its daily business, but it's not performing because it's not reaching people. And yet they have Google, that's an enterprise validator. Think about how crazy is that? They have Samsung, they have Sony, right? CAA, they have all these Fortune 500 companies that are running enterprise validator, and yet they have no advertisements. So it's really weird. It's really strange. Why don't you just give them a call, and say, hey, run ads for create a Theta. Let's create a Theta commercial, and let's run it for 30 days. And let people get to know Theta and the Web3 technology and the interface that it is, and how it is going to be integrated in the phones on Samsung. Hey, Samsung, let's do a commercial with Theta. Crickets, right? It's like almost like they it's on purpose why there's no advertisements on Theta. And so that's why you see the difference between Theta down here at $1 is extremely undervalued, but nobody knows about it because they refuse to do advertisements. And then you have Solana where it's 450 million in circulation, and it's at $100. you know so it's like that there's a difference, right? So I hope Theta that the Theta team just does simple advertisements on YouTube this year. I want to get on YouTube, watch a video, and see a Theta commercial. It's time for Theta to have commercials on YouTube and Twitter and social media and Facebook, and get their names out there. That they're going to be in all the phones. They're going to be the Web3 infrastructure of Web3. People don't know that information. That they have Theta, T drop, and T fuel. People don't know that. People don't even know who these people are. So that's why they don't invest, right? So they're gonna invest in Solana easily because they see Solana advertisements, right? Oh yeah, Solana, you know. But Theta, I've never heard of it. That's what people are gonna say, right? So you don't invest in things you never heard of, right? So you got to get the name out there. It's got $1 billion market cap. Get the name out there, and do some advertisements. You take advantage of Google. That is an enterprise validator. Like, come on. Like, we shouldn't be saying these things. We shouldn't have to say this. Like, we shouldn't have to say this on video. That this should be common sense, right? And fortunately, there's a lot of crypto companies that refuse to use common sense. Like, we've seen them do the dumbest things ever. And it's like, how are you running a crypto in a company? Right? I mean, it's crazy. And so many people are actually doing it on purpose, though. Right? They're doing some of these things on purpose to keep the prices down, to do because they have their own secret agendas, right? So we don't know what the Theta team's agenda is. All I know is that I did have that dream that it was them that was keeping the price down. It was them that didn't want Theta price to run fast. It was them that wanted the Theta price to stay calm and down and to run up slowly, because that's their culture over there in the Eastern world. And so the elites were telling them it's time to go, it's time to pump, and they were like, we don't want it to pump. So You know, that's where we are right now. And you can see, since we had the last pump in 2021, we don't want it to pump. Okay, it's not going to pump. It's not even going to do anything. It's going to pretend like it's dead, right? So, and that shouldn't be the case. Not that shouldn't be the case for an infrastructure of a Web3 infrastructure, right? something that's going to be on that was in Samsung phones as given as the NFTs. They did Theta NFTs inside the Samsung. When you had Katy Perry, you had all these things, and yet this has been your crypto with all that happening. This has been your crypto. That's not the community. That's the dev teams, right? And we spoke about it with the ship dev teams. When you see a project do this with all that stuff coming out and it doesn't move, that's because they don't want it to move. You know what I mean? That's because they don't want it to move. Okay. And they have done, and they're using their secret tools, which is AI bots, um, leveraging, futures, trick contracts, whatever they're using, all those stuff together to put a bunch of billions and billions of dollars, billions and billions of fake coins on top of fake coins to hold the real coins down. And that's what they do. That's why when Shiba Inu on Coinbase had a 99% buy rate, it was going still going down. How's that possible, right? It's possible when you have trillions of fake tokens on top of the real tokens, and you're using all your tools, the bots to do that, and the leverage and the futures contracts. So that's how they keep these coins down, right? And of course, they do a lot of other spiritual stuff as well that we're not going to talk about, but that's how they do it. And so when you see a coin down like this, you're like, why is this coin down? This coin should be at $500. It's a Web3 tech infrastructure, right? It's going to be on Samsung phones, Sony TVs, and they have their own Theta TV. They have everything you need. They have NFTs, and it's at $1. And then you see Solana is like, boom, $100, and it's headed towards $200. Solana is on its way to thousands of dollars. That was supposed to be Theta. What happened, right? So that's when you have to look at the dev team. You have to look at the dev team. When that happens, when that type of stuff happens on your token, you have to go to the dev team. They're using technology to keep their own token down. And that's number one, that's sickening in my opinion, right? That's sickening that they would do that to their own people. Um, and then there's no advertisement, so that's even worse. You're keeping your token down on purpose, and then you're not even advertising. Well, you get the chart that you have here. So here we had the community. This was all community. Jason at 4, myself, Currency 365, Jason at 4, a Big Square, and all the other Michelle White Dove and everybody else that was talking about Theta, all the Theta community people that were making videos. This was community ran. They didn't like it. The dev teams did not like this, and they shut it down. Right? All right, and so they quickly got on Binance, and then they gave Binance a whole bunch of tokens, and they shut this thing down. They started the manipulation to not let this happen again. Right, but unfortunately for them, cycles come and go, and it's been 3 years now, and almost 3 years, right? So let's go back. Actually, let me click here, and let's go back here. Yeah, you can see that this ran start basically right here at 20th, but it really got going here on the 2020. So wow, 2020. This cannot be possible, right? I mean, this thing is 2020, folks, right? So, and then the last spike was here in April 19, 2021. So you got April 2022, April 2023, and then you got 2020. We're in 2024. So at the peak of this was $16 was the peak, right? It's about to be 3 years. In 3 months, it'll be 3 years. 3 years since we peaked out here. That should not be the case in cryptos unless the dev team make it so, right? So I think people understand that. I think people understand that, and so you shouldn't have to wait 3 years for another pump. I mean, look, we haven't even gotten another pump since, not even close to another pump since $1.70. We were at $16 in April 2021. We haven't seen We haven't gotten over $1.70 since May 20. We haven't touched since here, which was August 2022. Wow, and that was only $1.70. That's crazy. That is crazy. So that just showed you everything you know. So you got the dev teams working against you. You got no advertisements, you know, and the only thing different between Solana and Theta is that Theta has 500 million more tokens. That's it. And yet it's down here at $1, and Solana's at $100. That's not a that you know if Theta had 10,000 10 billion tokens, then yeah, that's different, right? Or let's say Solana had 500 million tokens, and Theta had 5 billion tokens. Okay, that's a 10x difference in coin amounts, right? And circle and supply. So one's at 100, one's at $1. Okay, but that's 100x. That's not even a 10x, right? So that's $1 to $100 is 100x. So Theta should be at $10. So even if that was the case, Theta should be at not $10, but $5, right? So okay. Well, well actually no, Theta should be at 10. Theta would be at $10. If 500 million for Solana, 5 billion for Theta, that's a 10x on volume. That's a 10x in circulating supply. So if Solana's at $100, Theta should be at $10. So at the minimum, Theta would be at $10 if we had if the volume was like that. But the volume, I mean, the circulating supply was like that. But the circulating supply is not like that. It's only double Solana. It's only a 2x. It's only a 2x. So I should tell you that Theta is way undervalued. So what's the price for Theta in the year 2024? What's the top price? So we hit a 16 bucks right up here. We hit 16 bucks up here. I know the coin market says 14, but everybody saw 16. And if you guys were living back then, well, I mean everybody was living back then, but I'm saying if you guys were living in the crypto space back then, you saw everybody saw $16. We were talking about it every single day. So we all remember clearly it was $16 that we hit. So what can we do now? So are we going back to 16 now? Because 2024, 2023, I got it wrong. I said 10 to $15 or 10 to $16 in 2023 end of the year. That didn't happen. It looked like it was going to happen, but then for some reason we got bearish again, and then Theta just wouldn't go right. So it had to look like it was going to go, and it just kept failing, right? And maybe that's because of the dev team. Then they had their conferences and everything, and it's like, okay, let's go, and then it just goes and then it fails, goes and it's almost like somebody's pulling it back down using their tools, you know what I mean? So very interesting. But either way, at some point, this will break out. It's been almost 3 years of rest. 3 years. That's insane. So at some point, it will go. And it might be a Coinbase listing on their on their main page with Coinbase having to buy it up, and then pump it themselves. That could be the case. Just like Binance was the reason why this thing took off as well. Binance listing was incredible. Theta listing could do the exact same thing, and maybe even do it bigger because now it gives it the advertisement that it needs as well, uh, to people to do the research on Theta. But the fact that Theta has Google and it as an enterprise validator, and they're not even, and they have no commercials anywhere, it's just crazy, man. That's ridiculous, right? So, but so what's the top price this year? I'm gonna say the top price this year for Theta is going to be $30. I think we can get to $30 for Theta this year, and I think we can get to three. I think we can get to $300 next year. I think Theta can get to $30 this year, and 100 to $300 next year. So I'm gonna say it needs to catch up to Solana. It's way behind Solana. Solana is at $100. That means Theta should be at $50 right now, right? So we're at $1. I think we could 30x this year and then go up even more next year. So I'm gonna say $30 to Theta. Theta is gonna get the $30 top price this year. Of course, you can get the 50, but I'm gonna keep it conservative. Not even conservative, it's 30x from here. So and the dev team doesn't want it to really run. So we gotta cut some slack here because I could easily say $50, but the dev team, your own dev team doesn't want it to run. Then it's gonna be some challenges, right? So and this is also the perfect candidate for the burn it off validator. This is a perfect candidate. Matter of fact, I wish that I would have I had a group of people, like let's say 20 people that wanted to start buying back data and sending it to a Ethereum burn wallet because this thing would freaking pump, you know. There isn't there isn't a billion tokens in circulation. 60% of the tokens are staked. So there's only 400 million tokens left in circulation. Half of those tokens are in private private wallets, just sitting in Theta wallets. So there's basically 200 million tokens in circulation, right? So 200 million tokens in circulation. I would love for the Theta community to say, "Hey guys and girls, it's been 3 years. Let's freaking start buying back and burning our own the Theta coin, right? And let's see this thing absolutely pump, right? So I think that would be a great idea for the Theta team. Not the Theta team because they're the ones that are holding it down, but the Theta community because the Theta community is the one that did this with Binance, right? So we need to do that again with Coinbase, right? And this time we go up to 30 cents, $30, excuse me. But if we can start, if the Theta community can all get together and say, let's start buying back Theta. Let's buy back and burn, right? So not only are we going to buy Theta, but we're going to burn it. We're going to buy back and send it to a burn wallet. So we all get a dead wallet for Theta, and we and Ethereum dead wallet, and we just start burning Theta. It's only like 200 million tokens in circulation. Like just everybody take out $20, $30, and just buy Theta on Atomic Wallet or Binance or wherever. Or it's on Exodus, it's on MetaMask, it's on Trust Wallet, it's on Atomic Wallet. So you don't need a centralized exchange. You can just go on there, swap it, and then send it to a burn wallet and just get it out of circulation. If the Theta community did that, it's a small community because if you can see, there's been no advertisements. So if the Theta community could do that, then this thing would pump like crazy. So I got to go into $30 this year, and I'm hoping that the Theta community can step up here and say, you know what, if the dev team don't want to run it up, we'll burn the tokens and it'll run up on its own, right? Because it still has 17 million and it has about 10 to 20 million a day in volume. So if you can burn 20% of these tokens, man, this thing is gonna absolutely send. All right. And then you get people like Big Swear and others to do the same thing to make videos and Snippy and them make videos and they were all in on Theta at one point, you know. I don't know what Snippy's doing now on Theta. I think he's gonna get back in at some point, but if we just say, hey, let's start burning Theta. Let's start buying and burning Theta. This thing is gonna absolutely send. And so this is a sleeping giant, you know. And I can't wait. I cannot wait till this thing does what it's supposed to do. Peace out. God bless. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Go Theta, go, because it is a sleeping giant. This thing should be at $50. So I got to go into $30 this year and then up to possibly maybe $300 next year as we peak out the bull cycle. Bye.